you for joining me. My name is Jenna. Welcome to my channel, Queen of Diamonds. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stick around. I would love to have you here. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back and thank you again for continuing to tune in and support me and my channel. It really means a lot to me. And I say that all the time and I'll probably continue saying it. So I hope you're not sick of hearing about that. I really do appreciate all of your support. Today I am here with my weekly WIP and Chat, and we're doing something a little different in this week's WIP and Chat. I've been giving this some thought. I'm working on Awakening from Distracted by Diamonds. It's my Brian Rollison, and I've been really working on it like crazy and making a lot of progress. It did not come with any enhancements other than the 4 mica mist drills that Distracted by Diamonds sent with it, and it didn't have a drill substitution pack. And I wasn't giving it any thought until I got to her face. And then all of a sudden I was like, I've got to enhance her beautiful face. Let me bring out the original artwork and I'll show you why I decided to enhance this face. She's just absolutely beautiful, stunning artwork from Brian Rollison and Distracted by Diamonds. This is just a really epic piece. Let me show you the original artwork and then I'll show you what I've done. So this is the artwork, and isn't it beautiful? Look how gorgeous. Now, because her face is dead center, I really wanted to enhance that and bring out this beautiful face with all these colors. So I've done this eye on this side, this half of her face, and I didn't enhance like her nose, but I did throw some enhancements in her lips. I'm still torn about the lips. I might take the enhancements out and just leave it the way it is. But this side of the face, I had a lot of fun enhancing that. Now, if you've watched me for a while, you'll know that I am not an enhancer. This is not my thing. I love to buy the DP with Sparklers enhancement packs because it's already charted out where you're gonna put the enhancements. Now, Distracted by Diamonds has enhancements also for some of their diamond paintings. It's an enhancement pack, but they call it drill substitution. And they map out where you're gonna put those. I love that. I love when it's mapped out for me. I'm not really good at enhancing on my own, so this is major for me. And I thought it might be fun for you guys to see what I'm doing with the second half of her face. If you're seeing this mess back here, this might be triggering for some of you really organized people. I'm not, with my enhancements, I have no organization. This is literally where I put my round drill enhancements, right in here. And some of them are not labeled correctly, but they are all round. I have a separate container for my squares, so at least I have them separated by round and square. Give me some credit. But this is how I've had them organized. And this is obviously not a very good, I don't recommend doing it this way, but it is something anyway. So I went through and dug around and found as many enhancements as I could that would look good on this painting, but I didn't have a lot. So then I remembered that I did Summer Breeze with a drill substitution. Now, Summer Breeze is another piece from Brian Rollison and Distracted by Diamonds, and I got the drill substitution pack for it. So I remembered I had a lot of leftover substitutions. So I went and pulled out my Summer Breeze Ziploc bag, which is right here. And I found the enhancements that I got from Distracted by Diamonds when I got the drill substitution pack for this one. Yeah, I know it's really bad. My organization is, it's a lack of organization actually, but this is my bag from Summer Breeze. So I was able to find some of the enhancements in there. And while I was digging around, guess what I came across? My Chillin' Cockerel from Crystal Art Canvas Designs. This has a ton of crystals. So I was like, maybe some of those might look good. So I pulled this out. And then I also came across Pinkie Pie, which is a round drill kit. And this was a huge enhancement pack for a canvas that wasn't very big. I had a lot of leftover drills in this. And so I played around with these too. And this is what I came up with for her face and her eyelids. Right here. These are all my enhancements. And I'm noticing in here one more that I want to take a look at real quick because, oh no, I decided not to go with that one. I know why. Okay, So that's kind of my thought process behind how I came up with these enhancements. Now, as you can tell, that's a lot of enhancements for her face, right? Yeah, I wanted a lot of enhancements. So I'm gonna show you what I did with her one eyelid and the one half of her face. I'll show you what I did with her lips, but like I said, I'm teetering on trying to decide if I want to keep her lips the way I did them or if I want to put them back the way they were supposed to be. I think they're pretty, but I really wanted the focus to be on her face and her eyelids because as you can see, if I get you close enough, there's a lot of really beautiful design on her face. And the rest of her face I've left, like I said, her nose, her eyelashes and her eyebrows I've left normal, but I really wanted to draw a lot of attention to her face. It's gorgeous. Let me show you what I did with the first half. Before I change your angle to show you that though, I might as well tell you about all of my accessories. I was working on this diamond painting in last week's WIP and Chat, and I don't think I changed any of no, all of my accessories are the same as they were last week. So for those of you who are seeing the accessories a second time, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Okay, the pen I'm using is from Cheryl's Custom Pens Custom Pens by Cheryl. I knew it was in there. I just had to find it. Custom Pens by Cheryl on Etsy. It's a 3D printed pen, which is different for me. It's the only 3D printed pen I have. You know, I could go either way. I really like the resin pens myself, but it's not a bad pen. It's really pretty. I think so anyway. My multi-placer is from Diamond Art Club, and I just have a regular single placer. So that's my Diamond Art Club multi-placer. I think that's a 7-placer. And then my tweezers are also from Diamond Art Club, my pink tweezers that I use all the time. My WIP caddy is of course from Black Dahlia Diamond Art. Love my WIP caddy. And I'm using Black Dahlia's Scent of the Month from April 2025. This is Sunset Citrus. And then my wax is from PaddyWaxx, aka Distracted by Diamonds. It's Daisy Sweet Mango. I'm using this in my single placer and this in my multi-placer. And then my cover minder is from Distracted by Diamonds. This is Don't Let Their Energy Change Yours. Really great message. One I've had to repeat to myself a lot lately. My washi tape is the washi tape that came with this kit, and this is from Distracted by Diamonds. Let's see. Okay, my tray is from Yellow Dog Designs, which has closed. Let me show you my trinket tray set, and then I'll show you my release paper. This trinket tray set is magnificent. This is from Sparkling Nana. Isn't that pretty? And look at the bottom. It's gorgeous. I love this trinket tray set. This is my trash pot that matches, and yeah, it's just fabulous. Look at the bottom of that bad boy. Isn't that pretty though? I love it. And then I have a coaster here that also matches because I got a full set. You don't have to order them in full sets. You can order one of the pieces or a couple of the pieces, whatever you want. All right. Oh, my release paper. B's Crafty Corner, and it is called Boho Rainbow. And I choose to have it cut on 4x4 inch sections or 10 by 10 inch or 10 by 10 centimeters. That's just the size I prefer. But you can choose whatever size you want. I just realized I haven't changed my date on my calendar since March 16th. Today is the 26th, 10 days ago. Yeah. But I'm not even gonna go there. Okay, let me show you what I've done. I'm gonna change your angle. Oh, and I'm storing my drills in my Artdot flat. This is from the big, huge Artdot case. And that is how I'm storing my drills. Okay, look at this eye and this cheek. This is what I've done right here. I know it's upside down, but hopefully you can at least get a general idea of how many specials I put on her eyelid. You'll see it a little bit better in my month in review for March, because I will be showing this in my month in review, even though it's not completed. But isn't this face beautiful? I know it's upside down, I apologize. But that's the best I'm gonna be able to show you, I think. I might try it the other way when I change your angle so that you're looking down at the section we're gonna be doing. But this is really fun. I've just had a blast with this. I might even go back and pull some of these up and put some more specials down because, like I said, I really wanted her face to have a lot of attention. Plus my other Brian Rollisons, well, Sunflower Rebellion is kind of in a class of its own, in my opinion. Sunflower Rebellion is just a really great piece in and of itself. It has 4 mica mist drills also, but I don't think it really needs a lot of enhancements other than that. But the color scheme for Sunflower Rebellion is somewhat the same as Awakening, the color palette. Different style of art for sure, but the color palette is somewhat the same. And so I thought that if I had that piece hanging on my wall and it has enhancements, and then all the rest of my Brian Rollisons have enhancements, I needed to enhance Awakening. It's just turning out so beautiful. I can't stand it. You know, maybe I'll just show you. I think I will. I think I'm just going to show you the entire thing so you can see it. I was going to wait till my month in review, but I can't wait. Okay, so let me change you again, and I'm going to turn it around so that it's facing the correct direction. But this is just absolutely beautiful. I cannot even tell you how much I love this diamond painting. It's going to be gorgeous. Come on, work with me here. Okay, there we go. So that is the more than half I've gotten done. Isn't she fabulous? Oh my gosh, tell me that is not the most beautiful. I'm just in love. I'm in love with it. So these are the enhancements on her face, on her eyelid, and her face right there. And like I said, I might pull it up and do some more enhancements, but look at her lips. I would really like to hear what you guys think of her lips. If I should change those out and just do the regular drills, or if I should keep those, the crystals and the ABs. I mean, it does give it some depth, but I just don't want to take away from her beautiful eyes and face. Let me show you before I change this all back the way I had it. This is the section we're going to be working on today. And tell me this is not going to be so fun. So we're going to be enhancing this eyelid right here. I mean, come on. Isn't it going to be fun to enhance all of that? Oh my gosh. It's going to be so cool. So that's the section we're going to be working on. And I'm going to change you back so that it's the other way. But this gives you a general idea of what I'm doing so that you can kind of understand when we get into this where I'm going with all of the enhancements. This is going to be a difficult angle for me to show you. I'm thinking. I got to think through this a little bit. Let me play around with my angle and see if I can get you a really good vision of this as we enhance it. Okay, this is a little bit different setup than what I normally do, but this is a little bit different video. Different whip and shot anyway. We're still going to go through and I'm going to update you on everybody and everything in my life, but I just wanted to kind of give you a image of this section so that you can really see a good look at what we're doing. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay. I think that'll be good right there, maybe. Hopefully. I hope that's good. Okay. I know you're kind of at an angle, but I think that'll be good because you can really get a good look at what I'm doing. Hopefully. We're going to try this out and see how it goes. But here is my section that we're going to be doing. And what I'm going to do is just give you an update on everybody like a normal whip and chat while I fill in like the black, because I know I won't be using an enhancement for the back, so, or the black, the 310. So we'll just start with that while I'm giving you the lowdown on everything, and then we'll go from there. But all of these hearts are the black, and I'm just leaving those alone. So we can start with those. I hope you're all doing really well, and I'm not just saying that, I really do. I would love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. Things here have been going pretty good. I've just had one of those weeks where I'm just kind of in a little bit of a slump a little bit. I'm not really sure. I was proud of myself because I finished the parade. Yay! So in the month in review, I'll hopefully be able to do a post review of the parade before my month in review, because I'd really like to give that parade a good post review because it was such a good experience working on that diamond painting. And it was my biggest canvas yet. So I feel like it was quite an accomplishment to finish that. And I got it done before the baby was born, well before. She's not due till June 21st. So I did good, you guys. So I was very happy to have that done. And now I've just been kind of piddling around with what diamond painting I want to work on for the rest of the month. I mean, we only have, what, 4 days left of the month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 days left of the month. Of course, I probably will film on the 5th day. So really 4 days. But I've just been kind of sifting around through my canvases. So you'll see the progress I've made on some of those when I do my month in review for March. But yeah, so that was quite an accomplishment. I was really happy to have that done. And it wasn't that I got burned out of diamond painting. It was just kind of a really big accomplishment. And then I was like, okay, so now I'm in a funk because I don't know what to do for the rest of the month. But I mean, it's not like I don't have enough WIPs. I've got 20 left. Can you believe that? I'm down to 20 now. 20 works in progress. I was hoping to squeeze one more into March, but there's no way. There's just no way. We'll see what I get accomplished over the weekend, but I don't think I'm going to get another one done. I just don't have any that are close enough to being done in a few days. But I will be doing my project kickoff video this weekend, and I want to do my 200 year, or my 200, where am I getting 200? My 2-year anniversary diamond painting video. My channel anniversary, I mean to say. Yeah, let's start that over. So I need to do my 2-year anniversary of my channel video. There we go. I got it right that time. But I haven't had a chance to film that yet. And I just have been kind of in a funk, not in a bad way, just in kind of a lazy way. I think it's just getting back into a norm now that I don't have Winnie all day. And you would think that I would just like take off killing it right from the jump. But it's been a little bit of a, like, that wiped me out. Now it's time to recoup, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I apologize that I haven't put up a lot of content. It's just that I've just been really pushing for the parade to be done. And now I've got a lot of content to get out for the end of the month, like my project kickoff video and my 2-year anniversary video. So hopefully I will get to those this weekend. And I also need to do the post review on the parade. So let's see what else has been. Okay, so Kennedy and Joel are settled in their apartment pretty much. I mean, they're still, you know, unpacking a few things here and there, but for the most part, they're settled in. Kennedy came over and did a big cleanup on Monday night at my mom's. Maybe it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. Sunday night, Kennedy went over and she did her big cleanup. She still needs to do like a deep clean of the bathroom and things like that. She's going to do that this weekend. But she at least wanted to get like the carpets cleaned and get her room cleaned out. She got the guinea pigs moved over and everything's good. Kennedy is doing really well with the dogs and work. She's established a routine. So she takes them out on her breaks. She puts them in the kennel for 2 hours and then out of the kennel for 2 hours and then back in for 2 hours through her whole day. So that gives the dogs a nice little break so that they're not in the kennels for 8 hours, you know. But Diesel is beautiful. I met Diesel the first day they had moved in. Allie and I were out walking Fallon and we ran into Joel, who had just taken Diesel out. So that was the first time I got to meet Diesel. He is a beautiful German Shepherd. Oh my gosh, he's gorgeous. He's big though. And I will tell you something, he's a little bit intimidating. I'm not even kidding you. I went over to Kennedy's tonight and that dog was a little bit scary when Joel's not around. So I knocked on the door and she had them in their kennels and I did not have Fallon with me because if Joel's not there, I just don't want to take Fallon over there when the dogs are not on their kennel or not on their leash, I meant. And so anyway, Kennedy, I knocked on the door and I heard the dogs both barking. And Kennedy came to the door and Diesel like doesn't know me at all yet. And so he was like, he had his head down and he was giving me the stare down and I'm like, I'm going to come back when Joel's here and when he's on his leash. And she goes, Mom, he's fine. He's totally mellow. And I'm like, no, he's giving me the look like I'm going to kill you. And she said, no, he's not. But I'm telling you what, the hair on the back of his neck was standing up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come back. But he's a beautiful dog. And when Joel's with him, he's totally chill. But I think when Joel's not there, he gets really anxious from what Kennedy was telling me. And this is Diesel's first time living in a place where he doesn't have to be in the kennel when Joel's at work. So he's loving it. Like Kennedy said, he is the happiest dog. Winnie is adjusting to having Diesel there all the time. Winnie kind of cowers to Diesel right now because Diesel's a lot bigger than him. And Diesel's the big brother. You know, Diesel's letting him know, hey, I'm the alpha, so mind your P's and Q's. So it's kind of interesting to see the dynamics of that. But Winnie was so excited to see me. He was really cute. So I was happy to go over there for a minute tonight to take her something. She was cooking chicken, and she's never cooked chicken before. So she was like, Mom, you need to come tell me if this chicken is done. I don't want to have uncooked chicken. She was good. She had it great. It was cooked perfectly. My job here is done. I have taught my daughter how to cook chicken. She was making a stir fry, and we had gone to the store together to get some of the vegetables for her stir fry and some rice and the chicken. And then she was asking me how to cook it. So I told her, and then she called me and said, can you please come over and make sure this is done? So anyway, I went over there, and that's when I saw the 2 dogs. But yeah, so I'm kind of glad, though. I'm glad Kennedy has the protection of Diesel there when Joel's not home, because Joel's not there a lot. You know, Ken was telling me tonight that she feels a little bit lonely because Joel leaves at 4 or 5 in the morning, and he's gone until on school nights, 9 o'clock at night. So Kennedy is literally there 3 nights a week with no Joel at all. I mean, he comes home right as she's going to bed. So she said, I do get a little bit lonely. And I said, well, that's why I moved you into the apartment building right next to me. So it is your responsibility to call me and say, Mom, you want to watch a movie tonight? And she's like, okay. As if she didn't know she could do that. But yeah, so I hope she'll take me up on that and call me sometimes when she's feeling lonely. Plus she has Sydney here, and Sydney would love to have some company. So anyway, that's all good. And let's see, Sydney got her schedule changed so that she is now doing B days at home. So she has, what do they call it? I can't remember what her school calls it, but it's, she can do her B days from online at home. And she's still part of the school curriculum and everything. She's just doing the B days. That's helping her anxiety quite a bit. So as long as she doesn't get behind, I think that'll work out really well for her. Allie's just working and going to school. She has started dating again. And so she's killing, like really getting into the dating thing. I personally think that she should take a break from dating, but you know, Mom doesn't know anything. So I'm just supporting her, whatever. She's just having fun, but she's on a date tonight, as a matter of fact. So she's getting the dating thing going. Personally, I just don't see the excitement behind the dating, but that's just the point of life that I'm in, I suppose. So anyway, let's see. That's the update on the girls. My mom and dad and Sid are doing really good. My mom, on Monday, my mom went outside to talk to one of her neighbors, and this is the neighbor who I've talked about in my WIP and chats before. She has 2 golden doodles, which are really large dogs. And they're very big. They're very excited to see people. They're very friendly. They're not intimidating at all. They're just really chill. But they do get really excited to see you. Now, Fallon has become friends with these golden doodles. He was not so sure about them at first because of their size. It was a little intimidating. But he's become friends with them. So I don't know if you can hear that, but my daughter's watching TV. But my mom went out to talk to the neighbor that has these big dogs. And one of the dogs jumped on her and knocked her over. And she fell on the ground and sprained or strained her ankle. Now, this is the ankle that she already had sprained last spring when she fell down the stairs. So I think it's a I think her ankle is weakened at this point due to the, I'm going to refill my 310 bottle because I know I'll be using more of that. So this is the ankle that was sprained before. So I think this ankle is just going to be susceptible to more sprains as she ages. So anyway, she's dealing with that. And, you know, it's hard for my mom, but this is what happens when you age, you know. So I'm like, you can't be out there loving on the big dogs anymore. And she said, I know, but anyway, bless her heart. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bees now because I'm not using an enhancement for the bees. So we'll fill those in. Any of the colors that I'm not using enhancements for, we'll just go ahead and fill in. But so she's doing okay though. Her ankle's better. She's not wearing the boot or anything anymore. She just wore the boot for one day. But luckily that was all that happened. I'm surprised she didn't get hurt worse when she fell over. I did not see it happen, but my neighbor just felt so bad. And I guess my mom was on the ground for a few minutes. I was inside showering, Sid, so I was totally oblivious. I didn't even know my mom was outside. So I told her she's going to need constant supervision at this point. Just kidding. But, you know, I mean, she's going to be 81 on April 18th. So she's, you know, she's not a spring chicken anymore. She needs to start acting her age. But tell my mom that and see what happens when you tell her, because I'm not having very good luck telling her that. My aunt's doing good. She's been much more alert and awake than she was a couple of weeks ago. All of last week and all of this week, she's been very much back to her sassy, alert self. And we're really happy to have that back because she's a riot. So that's going well. And let's see, my dad is doing really good. He's had a good week. We went on an outing. I'm going to find another color here that I'm not using enhancements for. We went on an outing, me and my mom and my dad and my aunt, on Tuesday, and took some diamond paintings to Hobby Lobby. I'm looking, where is it? Took some diamond paintings to Hobby Lobby to have dry mounted. Sunflower Rebellion is one of them. I'm so excited. Sunflower Rebellion and Summer Breeze actually are both getting dry mounted right now. I will be very, very excited to see those all done. But anyway, so we dropped those off with a couple of others. There were 4 total that we dropped off to have dry mounted. I'll show you those when I get them back. But then we decided to go for ice cream. So we went to this frozen custard place. And I don't know if you guys have frozen custards where you're at. They're actually really good. I really like frozen custards. When my mom told me that's where we were going, I was like, I don't really want anything. I'm trying to eat a little healthier. And my mom's like, no, frozen custard's really good for you. I don't know that she's really telling the truth, but I decided to just get a little kitty size hot fudge sundae with vanilla custard. It was really good, actually. Tasted pretty much just like ice cream, in my opinion. I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between custard and ice cream. Maybe if they were side to side and I was tasting them at the same time, but it tasted like ice cream to me. Just my taste buds, though. Everybody's different, I know. My mom likes custard better, she said, than ice cream. And then my mom had a flare-up, like an internal flare-up, kind of like the ones I get, a stomach flare-up. I think it's stress-induced because here's the thing. My mom keeps catching mice. We have caught 9 mice at this point. 9. Now, Keith tells me they're coming back in the house. There's no way. I'm sorry, Keith, if you're watching. I just don't believe it because my mom's letting them go clear across a busy road into a field. She knows the owners of this property. And there's no way those mice are coming back. There is absolutely no way. But, I mean, anything's possible, I guess. I mean, I'm not a mouse specialist, but I would be shocked if these mice were coming back. But anyway, they're all different sizes and different kind of like facial structures from what I've seen. But the 2, so she caught 2 in one day, actually, and they were both little itty bitty babies. So I said, Mom, you got a problem because you've got babies. And she's like, no. And I said, yeah, these are newborn babies. Like, these are babies. And I said, you know, mice can have up to like 12 babies. And she said, oh my gosh, Jen, I'm going to die. And I'm like, it's okay. So every morning my mom is bleaching and scouring her kitchen anywhere she is finding mice droppings and anywhere that she thinks they might be hiding. She's got all of the food out of the pantry. She's had it out for 2 weeks now. It is in a safe place, but it's like every morning she's doing all this work to re-bleach the house. And my opinion was, don't do any of that hard work until we have the mice out. But no, she wants to do it every day. So I think that's stressing her out. I also think that just worrying about my aunt and my dad in general is stressing her out. So there's a lot of things going on with my mom that are causing her to be stressed at this point. But I'm really hoping that she'll relax a little bit, because I think she's causing some stomach issues by being so stressed out personally. But that's just me. All right, so L, which we've got a lot of, if you can see, I'm hoping you can. We have a lot of L in the center of this eyelid and some on the outside. L is a mica mist color. Now, I'm not substituting any of the enhancements that Distracted by Diamonds sent with this kit. These are all the enhancements that they sent. So I'm leaving all of their mica mist drills just the way they charted them in. So all of the L's we're going to go ahead and fill in with this mica mist color, because I already know what drill I'm using for this as well. And then we'll get into the rest of the enhancements. But I think my mom is stressing herself out. I think she just needs to relax. Maybe I need to go get a pedicure with her or something. She's got to find a way to calm down. I've been trying to be a little more patient with my mom lately, because I'm just grateful that I've had as much time as I've had with my mom. And I love my mom. She and I have gone the rounds, that's for sure, but I love her. She's great. So I'm trying to be a little more patient and understanding, but she does need to find a way to relax and not be so stressed out all the time. But, I tell her that, and I don't think she realizes what I'm trying to say. Or maybe she does, she just doesn't want to she doesn't want to relax. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I really do feel that she's putting herself under unnecessary stress at this point. But, who am I to say? I mean, if my mom wants to scour and bleach her kitchen every day, that's her prerogative. It's her house. I just think that she might be, like I said, causing herself some undue stress. But anyway, let's see. That's about the update on everybody. I haven't really been up to much, like I said, other than just really trying to work on my WIPs. I got really discouraged on Monday because I knew I was going to be finishing the parade. I wasn't sure what day, but I was getting close after Monday. And towards the end of the day, when I put my diamond painting away and I was just kind of looking at all my WIPs hanging there, I'm like, I am never going to get through my WIP detox. Like, this WIP detox is going to take me forever. And I was just starting to get really discouraged and down. And then I had to remember that, and I have to remind myself of this all the time, progress is still progress. I may not be moving as fast as I want to move, and March has been a rough month, but I'm still making progress, and that's what's important. I may want to finish all these WIPs tomorrow so that I can start new kits. Yeah, but I can't. I mean, I'm in my WIP detox. I made this a goal at the beginning of the year, and I'm enjoying the WIP detox. I just feel like at this point it's going to take me a long time. I got to let my dog out of the room really quickly. Okay, so I was figuring on Monday that if if I'm finishing 2 diamond paintings a month and I have 20 WIPs after Winnie the Pooh, then that leaves me with 10 months worth of projects. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that could extend into 2027. I cannot let that happen. So I started really freaking out, because for those of you who may be watching me for the first time and you're not understanding what I'm saying, I have 20 WIPs. And so I've put myself in a WIP detox for 2026. There is actually a Facebook group that I will link in the description box of the video if you are interested in joining. Anyone can join. You don't have to be participating in the WIP detox. If you only have one WIP at a time, you can still join the Facebook group and see what everybody's doing. It's really fun, actually, and I find it highly motivational for myself when I see everybody supporting each other, and it's just a very safe place to work on your projects and show everybody your progress. You don't have to post weekly. You don't have to do any of that. If you want to participate in the WIP detox, you email a picture of your WIPs to Sparkling Nana. But anyway, so it's just been a really good experience for me being in the WIP detox group, because it does help keep me motivated. But at the same time, I'm telling you what, I am just really struggling with being patient with myself. And I have to remind myself that progress is progress. It's okay. It's okay if I'm not finishing them as quickly as I want to. I'm going to pull out S now because I see a couple of S's, and this is one of their Mica Mist colors. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that one real quick as well. So anyway, I did get discouraged on Monday because I thought, gosh, I'm only going to have 2 finishes for the month. And I'm used to having a lot more than that. But my WIPs are big. I have a lot of large canvases. Now, I did do a count in January of how many big versus how many medium-sized I had, and it was an even split. So some of them are medium-sized, but even the medium-sized ones, I don't have a lot done on those, and so it's going to take me a very long time to get my WIPs done. But it's okay. I mean, it's going to be okay. I'm just going to have to take it a day at a time, remind myself to zen and breathe, and it'll be okay. All right, so we're going to get into my bag here that says face/eyelids. And we'll find all of the enhancements for the face and eyelids. All of the enhancements that I have anyway. Okay. I don't know why my dog's barking. But we're going to go with first the symbol that is this color right here. 152. Now, obviously, this does not match perfectly, but it does match enough. I just want to make sure I'm recording. Okay, it does match enough, I think, personally, to use on the face and eyelids. So this is one of Distracted by Diamond's little sample packs that they sent. It's called Coral Pink, and it's 3328. It's a crystal. Hey, how did it go? Good. Good. How was dinner? Really good. Good. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'll just fill in. I may not have enough. Yeah, I think I do. I'm just going to fill in this symbol with these pretty, I don't know if these are crystal dazzlers is what Distracted by Diamonds calls these. They're like a really pretty crystal. Anyway, so that's been my week so far. It's just been just a weird, I don't even know what to say. It's just been kind of a weird week, I think, just getting back into a rhythm without Winnie. And I have to tell you, I do miss that dog. I'll say it. I'll just say it. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. It was exhausting, and I don't necessarily want to watch him again. But I'm just saying, I do miss him. I miss having Kennedy in the office behind me. But I do have my space back. I just haven't been in there to set up my stuff. So I haven't really recorded a lot in the way of content, just because I need to probably go in this weekend and clean up and organize my recording area in that office where I do my post reviews and my month in reviews and all of that. But anyway, it was just fun having Kennedy there because, you know, every day she was like, Mom, do you want coffee? Mom, we should order this or this for lunch. Mom, you know, and now I don't have that and I miss it. But it's okay. It's okay because I know she's happy where she's at, and that's what matters. But I do miss her. Just saying, I do. She was like my coworker bestie, and now she's gone, and I'm kind of sad. But I get to see her still, so it's not a big deal. It's not like she moved far away. I haven't seen a lot of Kennedy and Joel, honestly, because they're so busy all the time. Well, they were busy making the move, and then they did clean up over at my mom's house, so that was a big chunk of their time. And then Joel's family always has something going on. They've got friends that they go and do things with, like last week they went fishing and took Winnie. And so, you know, I mean, I don't see them a whole lot, but I do get to see them, and I'm really happy that they're close by. So I'm glad I got to go to the store with her tonight. It was nice of her to text me and say, I know you just got home from work, but do you want to run to the store with me? I was like, heck yeah, I'll go. So anyway, happy for that. Okay, I've seen some more colors that I'm not using. Did you guys see what I just did? I just put the enhancements in the regular drills. That was real stupid. That was not great. So I'm gonna quickly, I don't have a ton of those left, so there probably aren't a lot in there. I'm just gonna really quickly pick those out of my tray. That was really stupid, and put them in here. But anyway, it's nice to have them close, and it was fun to go with her to the store today. But Sydney and I were on our own tonight since Allie had her date, so we didn't cook. Oh, and okay, so speaking of update for the week. So we had some really beautiful weather here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Really beautiful weather. It got cold. It got cold again today. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were beautiful, really warm, awesome weather days, like in the 70s. Just absolutely beautiful. Well, Monday we started to notice that the AC wasn't working too well. And it was in the evening that we noticed it. Sydney hadn't really noticed it. She had been home on Monday, but she was busy preparing for her ACT test on Tuesday. So she didn't really give it a whole lot of thought. But I was like, I got home from work and I'm like, it is hot in here. And she said, yeah, it is kind of hot. Well, I turned the air conditioner down. It was 77 when I walked in. And I'm like, what are you doing in 77-degree house? And she's like, well, I thought I had the air on, so I turned the air on. Well, it stayed 77 the rest of the night. I think it dropped down to maybe 75. And I realized that the air just was not working. So, okay, this is the one I'm going to use for the symbol 7. So 7 is actually this color. And I don't know. 7 is one that I'm kind of torn about because I didn't use it on the other eye, and I thought about going back and pulling it. But I think I'm going to leave. I think I'm just going to stay with 7. And I'll tell you why, because this doesn't really match. It's not a really great match of color. And I really love this color. I think this color is beautiful. So we're just going to go with this. Anyway, so, yeah, I mean, Monday was rough, and we don't sleep well in the heat. Me and my girls were the same in that way. We like to have it really cool so that we can pile on the blankets. Well, we didn't pile on the blankets, but we did open our windows, and things seemed a little bit better. But it just didn't get very cool. In the morning, it was down to 69, though. So it did drop quite a bit with the windows open because the nighttime was cooler. And so that was okay. But on Tuesday, Sydney called me. She went into school and had her ACT tests. And then after that, she called and she's like, Mom, the house is so hot, I can hardly stand it. And this was at about 4 o'clock that she called. Well, I get off at 5. So I said, well, I don't know what to do because I'm not there. But I'm like, is the air conditioning on? And she said, yeah, it's on. And I said, what do you have it set to? And she said, 65. And I said, well, what does the temperature say? And she said, 77. And I'm like, what the heck? So when I got home, I looked at it, and sure enough, it was not working. It turns on, but it doesn't cool down. And so I put in a maintenance request, but it was after 6 o'clock when I got the maintenance request in. So they don't come that late unless it's an emergency. So we just struggled through it on Tuesday. The girls went with their dad and I stayed here. And by the time they got back, the house was cooling down a little bit. But my room's one of the hottest rooms in the summer. It's one of the coldest rooms in the winter. It's something about where it's located. But I had been out watching a movie, and I couldn't be in my bedroom. I was like, in here trying to diamond paint, and I was just dying. So I went out there, and tried to get my mind off of the heat by just turning on a movie. I had some ice water and just tried to keep my mind off of it. And so that worked. Fallon was really panting. I wasn't sure how good it was for Fallon, given that he has congestive heart failure. But anyway, so we struggled through the night, slept okay. Well, the next day they came to fix the air conditioner. So this is Wednesday now. This was just yesterday. They came to fix the AC, and apparently one of the coils up in the attic is old and fried. So the air conditioner is not working. Even though it's a new air conditioner, it's not working the way it's supposed to. It's not working efficiently. So they said, you can leave the air conditioner running. It's like a fan running. It just circulates the air in your home, but you're not going to get it cooled down. So again, we're stuck with really hot weather. I turned on my ceiling, or a really hot apartment. I turned on my ceiling fan, and with the windows open again during the night, it was a little bit better. But anyway, they came back today while I was at work and fixed it, and it's working golden now. Like, I'm cold right now. I have my hoodie on because it is a chilly night tonight. It's been a chilly day, actually. Of course, the day that we get our AC fixed, it's going to be a better day. Okay, so these are what I am using to replace 413. And I don't even know where these came from. I'm pretty sure I got these in a package that these were freebies somewhere along the line. But they say our shadows. I'm not sure what that means, but they look really pretty for this. So I just started using them for 413. Anyway, yeah, so our house was really hot Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday. But tonight it's chilly. It's chilly in my room right now. But I have the windows open and I can hear the fan on right now. So I think the AC is running, but it's not running. Like, I don't think we have it set really cool. It's probably set at 72 or something like that. But anyway, we'll turn it down when we go to bed tonight. But I do have my window open and it's pretty chilly in my room right now. It just shut off. Yeah, so that is my update on everybody and everything. Let's see. I told you about the mice. I told you about our AC. I'm trying to think of what else there has been. Not a lot. What I've been watching. Okay, so Tuesday night when I couldn't be in my room diamond painting, I decided to watch some shows. And I wanted something that I haven't seen for a while. Sydney just started watching some shows I think that have been recommended for her by either ChatGPT or something like that. She has a list of movies that she'd like to see that she hasn't yet seen. Well, one of them was Mississippi Burning with Gene Hackman, and I didn't realize that William Dafoe is in that. So I decided I wanted to watch Mississippi Burning because she had it, and so I started watching it. I just want to make sure I have all of this symbol. Oh, there's one more. So I watched that. You know, it's a hard watch because it's back in the 60s and 50s or 60s, something like that. And shows like that really have a way of bothering me and making me sad. But in the end, it was a really good show, like the whole show as a whole. The acting was really good, especially for that time period, because this was made... The movie is set in the 60s, 50s or 60s, but the movie I think was made in the 80s. So it's an older show, but it was really good. It was really good. It just made me sad, but a lot of those movies do that are back from that time period because there was a lot going on that I didn't really care for. So anyway, without getting too much into that, it was hard. It was a hard watch in that way. Because I just think that times were so unfair back then. And, you know, women were just looked at so differently too. There were a lot of things that time bothers me. But enough about that. So that's a good show. If you're into older shows like that from the 80s, that's a good one. She's going to be watching A Time to Kill. I've seen that already with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson. That's a great show. I've already seen that, but she's going to watch that one. And then she had a couple of other shows, but anyway, Mississippi Burning was the one that I chose to see because it was the only one that was older that I haven't watched yet. Okay, so next I'm going to do the asterisk. And for the asterisk, I am replacing it with these Crystal Dazzlers from Distracted by Diamonds. This is one that I used on Summer Breeze that I had left over. So let's see. So that's kind of where I'm at with, so I watched that. I went back and watched all the Jurassic movies while I was working on The Parade because I was getting burned out of true crime. So you have to give yourself a breather sometimes when you're feeling that way. So I took a break from my true crime binge that I'd been on for 2 weeks. And I watched all the Jurassic World movies on Netflix. And that was really good. I love those movies. And plus, Chris Pratt's in them. So, you know, gotta love him. And he's really great in that. He plays Owen. And that's a really good show. I watched all 3 of those. We have the original Jurassic Parks that came out in the, 2000s? I want to say early 2000s, maybe in the 1990s. I'm not sure when those came out, but yeah, I think it was in the 1990s, I believe. But anyway, we've got those, but they weren't on Netflix, and I had Netflix on my phone, so I just watched the ones on Netflix since I could watch them while I was at work. And my aunt has not been watching a whole lot. She wanted to watch Kelly Clarkson the other day and Drew Barrymore, so she just had, or what's that show that Drew is the host of? The Drew Show? The Drew Barrymore Show? Anyway, she watched that, and we've just pretty much, she just kind of does her own thing when she's watching movies. Now, I'll do activities with her upstairs, but when she does a movie, I usually go off and diamond paint. But anyway, let's see. What else have I watched? Sorry, I had a brain freeze for a second. I've watched, that's it. So now I'm on to an Audible, and I'm probably going to be on Audible for a while now. So I go through phases of what I want to be into, but I love true crime, love Audible thrillers. I think those are just so fun to listen to. So that's what I'm doing. Right now I'm listening to one of the Town of Redemption one of the Town of Redemption books. I want to say it's the Girl Who Wasn't There. I can't remember for sure, but it's something like that. Okay, so the next enhancement I'm pulling up is C, and I am enhancing it with glitter 351. So that's the one we're using for the symbol C. But and this was left over from Pinkie Pie, so this is from DP with Sparklers. I don't really have a lot else to tell you. I've been listening to Murder with My Husband. That's the one that I am taking a break from for just a little bit. I'll get back to it. Love Murder with My Husband. I also watched some Dateline episodes, and somebody in my comments last week recommended this, what was the name of it? Pam Hobb story, and I think it took place in Missouri. That is crazy. That is a crazy story. So if you're into that, you should check out that story, because that's just insane. That tripped me up. Yeah, big time. And then there was another one have you guys ever heard of Sword and Scale? I always get the name of that wrong. Sword and Scale podcast. That is a really interesting podcast. Now, it has darker cases that are true crime, but it's really good. I really like Sword and Scale. So I listened to a couple of episodes of that, and I think that's it. I've just been kind of bouncing all over the place, trying to find my groove right now, because my groove is kind of shook at the moment. I'm not sure why, but anyway, it'll come back. I'm just out of it for a minute. I have to give myself some grace and let myself recoup from everything happening around me all the time, but it is getting better. I just need to get with the program a little bit. Okay, so that's all of the C's. So now I'm just going to pull one from over here. This next enhancement is the fish symbol, and this is another one that's left over from Pinkie Pie, and this is Crystal AB703 from DP Sparklers. So we're going to use that on the symbols with the little fish. But I don't have a lot of those, so yeah, anyway, that's me just kind of bouncing all over the place, trying to get my groove on. I'm just kind of dazed and confused right now, but it is getting better. I just need to, like I said, I just need to have a little bit of time to work through my focus or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's coming back. It's coming. I was going to do an unboxing this week, but I just didn't get in to clean up my filming space. So I didn't get that unboxing posted. I might do it this weekend, but I don't know. It's going to be kind of a hectic weekend already with my project kickoff video and my anniversary video. So I'm not 100% certain I'll get an unboxing in this weekend, but I'll definitely get one next week. So that'll be up next week. I have a couple that I'm trying to choose between to unbox. I don't know. I have a couple new to me shops, and I have a couple DAC kits that I want to show you. So we'll see. I mean, they're not going anywhere. So no matter what I pick, I can always show them another time, but it's always fun. Okay. I don't know how long my phone was off. I had a timer set on my phone and it went off, indicating that it was time for something, but I just shut the timer off. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Okay, one is another one that I'm not using an enhancement for, so we're gonna go with one next. Let's see. So yeah, you know, just life is just going, just kicking along. It's been a pretty laid back week, not a whole lot happening. Like I said, I just feel like I've been in recouping mode now, but it's okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to update you on. I don't think so. I think that's kind of everything. I am looking for some good shows to watch. I got a lot of recommendations on true crime, so I'm going to check out some of those comments from last week's Whip and Chat. Like I said, I did try out a couple of recommendations, but because I'm taking a break from true crime right now, I'll have to come back to some of those recommendations at a later time. But anyway, what are your plans for, let's see, this weekend and this upcoming week? I don't really have a whole lot planned, honestly, other than just I'm going to do a lot of diamond painting over the weekend, a lot of filming, so that'll be good. And I'm going to try to get over there and clean up my workspace a little bit in that room so that I can film without any complications. This is the enhancement I'm using for the symbol 8. This is Crystal AB958, again from DP Sparklers. It was left over from one of my kits. I want to say it was, I don't think this one was from Pinkie Pie. I think this is just another one I had on hand. Okay, so symbol 8. So, I've been trying to decide what I want my April projects to be, but I kind of have to find out what the April activity from the Crown of Jewels is going to be, because I don't know. I mean, that may dictate what I want to work on for the month, but the Dakotathon is going to be going on. So Kara, the principal painter, has a Dakotathon every year. I'm not sure who she's hosting it with. I need to go watch her video, because she did put up a video I saw, and I need to watch it. But it's talking about all the rules and the dates and everything. So I'm going to check out that video, and I'll link her in the description box of the video as well if you want to check that out. But it's basically any Dakota Detweiler piece, and I have 2 of them in my WIP collection right now. I've got Virgo and Waterfall Sunset. Well, I have made the decision with help of a friend to work on Waterfall Sunset for the Dakotathon. So I've got to look into what dates I need to post that and all of that fun stuff. because I want to support that event. I love Dakota Detweiler's artwork, and I love Kara, the principal painter. So I'm going to be working on that event. And also I'm going to be doing Black Dahlia Diamond Art is hosting an event called Dragon Mania, and it's basically any dragon diamond painting. Well, I have a dragon diamond painting in my stash. It is the one from Dreamer Designs, and it's titled Breaking the Spell. So I'm going to be working on that one for that event. But I was thinking, depending on what I get from the oh my gosh, my mind is all over the place. Depending on what the activity is from the Crown of Jewels, I may alter that a little bit. We'll find out when I pull the jewel off for the month of April. So I do that in the project kickoff video. So we'll find out what the project will be, or what the activity will be for April. And then if I have to alter things a little bit, I'll talk about that in that video. But it might not be anything that's going to affect the diamond paintings that I'm going to be working on. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my gosh, I just love Brian Rollison's artwork. This diamond painting is absolutely so pretty. I struggled with it at first just because of all of the confetti, and it's just so, there's just so much of the flowers and the colorful part. It's not that I didn't like it. I love it. It's just that it's so big. It's such a big project. And, you know, like so many of my other projects, it got pushed off to the side because I had other things I was working on for events or holidays or whatever. But this project I've been working on over a year now, and it's time to really crack this out. So I might even work on this some more in April. I'm going to see how much I can get done in March, but I might even pull this out and work on it some more in April. We'll just see how April plays out. But next we're going to do the symbol that's like the camera, and this is, I'm using a Diamond Art Club AB, and it was listed as 111. You know, so yeah, we'll just see. I've got to get my lily pad, actually. I've got to get my lily pad, and it's dry, so I've got to put some water on it. I'm just going to use the water in my water bottle. I'll show you how I do that. Hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to use my straw, and you don't get a lot of water on it, right? You just want enough that the sponge gets damp. So I'm just kind of dribbling water onto it from my water bottle. And that's damp now. So that's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a drink while I have my water out. So those are the events that I'm planning on participating in April. And I was thinking that doing some events might actually help me get... It's not that I'm not motivated for my WIP detox. I am. It's just that I don't want to get unmotivated. So I haven't done any events actively with any of my WIP collection. I've wanted to, but for whatever reason, like the Molly Harrison event that Ever After was hosting for March, I dropped the ball on that, probably because I just got overwhelmed with everything that was happening. But, you know, we're keeping our fingers crossed for a more laid back April. We'll see. Anyway, I thought events might be kind of fun to participate in. I didn't really have a plan for spring or for April, with it being spring and everything. But I thought that it would be fun to participate in those events. So that's what I'm going to do to get my mind off of not having anything for Easter. But I do have Easter accessories that I can use, so that's always good. I don't know what else to update you on. I think that's kind of everything. I'm trying to fill in the time so you can see this as I'm working on it with these enhancements. I just think this diamond painting is going to be fabulous. I can't wait to see it on my Brian Rollison wall next to Sunflower Rebellion. It's just going to be amazing to have these diamond paintings all on my wall. And then I'll start working on some of my other pieces. Oh, now I have every single piece from Distracted by Diamonds for Brian Rollison. Every single one of them that have been released so far I have. I was missing a couple of diamond paintings, but they restocked them, and when I saw they were restocked, I grabbed them. So now I have everything, thankfully. Okay, I'm gonna put my lily pad off to the side, and we'll move on. The next one is the umbrella symbol. So this is no, this is not the umbrella symbol. I marked that wrong. This is the double arrow symbol. And I have no idea what sparkler this is from DP with Sparklers because it's just in an unlabeled bag, but I know it's one of their sparkler colors. I just don't know what the name of this color is. It's just a royal blue. I am replacing DMC number 823 with this one. Other than just working and diamond painting and being mom, I really haven't been up to too much. We have been cooking dinners and we have been making some of the best things. So on Monday night, Allie decided to make this dish that was amazing. She is going through this eating healthy, budget-friendly grocery list menu. So it's basically where they give you a healthy menu for the week and tell you what ingredients you have to buy and give you an approximate how much it's going to cost. So it's pretty cool. So this time I went in on it with my other two girls. And when I say we went in on it, we went in 3 ways instead of 2 ways because I wanted to start eating dinner with them every night. So we've been doing that. And I got to tell you, they're making some incredible dishes. Okay, don't have any of this color. I don't have any. Oh, I do have one. So this is the symbol. It looks kind of like a, I don't know what you'd call this, but I'll just show you the symbol on the bottle. Where's it? Oh, this one. I'm using this one for this symbol. And there's only one that I'm seeing, but I'm probably missing some because I always do. Anyway, she made this steak, really good steak with this creamy sauce on it and some vegetables, grilled vegetables. There was zucchini, yellow peppers, and red peppers. And I got to tell you, it was the most delicious thing I have ever had. And they ate theirs with rice. I didn't have rice with mine. I just had the steak and the vegetables with the creamy sauce on top. Oh, it was amazing. Next is the one I'm replacing for the symbol E, and this is from Crystal Canvas Art Designs. It's 946C. Do I have any E's? Actually, I don't see any E's. Okay, scratch that. We're not using that one. I do have musical notes, so we'll use this AB from Diamond Art Club. It's 131. We'll use this one for the musical notes. I'm nervous to see how this is going to turn out because, like I said, I've never enhanced anything myself. I'm going to start, I need to figure out how to organize my enhancements, and then I'm going to start getting some enhancements. This has been really fun enhancing this by myself. Now, I will admit that I've had some help because I got this, I got that drill substitution pack for Summer Breeze. So that kind of made it easy to switch out some of those colors for the Summer Breeze colors. But it's a good introduction to me enhancing things on my own without somebody telling me where to put the drills. This is a first for me. I'm really nervous to see how it's going to be. But you know what? Kim, the DP hobbyist, I was talking to her about it, and she said, if you don't like it, you just pull them up and replace them with the regular drills. Okay. So if I don't like it, then yeah, I can pull up whatever I'm not liking or all of it if I want to. I doubt I'm going to pull up all of it because I think it does look really cool, but you guys will have to let me know what you thought of it when I showed you, and then you're going to get a better look at it in my month in review. And then you'll see everything that I've really tried to do with this kit in a better image. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be really beautiful. It's kind of fun to do your own enhancing. Do I want to do this for every diamond painting? No, I don't. But it is fun to do it for some of these kits that are kind of special to me. So that's why I chose to do it with this one. Okay. One of the fun things about my waterfall sunset that I'm going to be working on for the Dakotathon is I have the enhancement pack from DP with Sparklers for that. And it is really fun to have those enhancement suggestions. I love it. I love working with DP with Sparklers enhancements. So I think what I'm going to do is start investing in enhancements from them. Distracted by Diamonds also sells their specialty drills, which are beautiful. You've seen some of those tonight as we've worked on this. And then, okay, and this is the one I'm using for C. This is Glitter 666 from DP with Sparklers. But I'm going to start investing in enhancements. So Distracted by Diamonds has them, DP with Sparklers of course has them, and Capture by Radiance has some. So I'm going to be checking out Capture by Radiance's specialty drills also. I'm very excited about that. In fact, I think I'd like to add some special drills to that one that one Capture by Radiance canvas I unboxed as a sneak peek. That was the Mikey Bergman. Oh my gosh. I think that would be really fun to get some specials and really go to town with that one. Now it does, Capture by Radiance canvases always come with a lot of special drills. They've had 2 canvases that have had full fairy dust drills. And then they've had, I didn't know that. I thought they just had 1, but they've had 2. And, but their normal canvases come with 10, usually somewhere in the range of 10 enhancements. So fun. This is the drill I'm substituting the symbol N. And this is another one from Distracted by Diamonds. This is Tiffany Blue. Yeah, so I'm going to start investing in some specials, and I just need to figure out how to organize them. I have not organized my leftover drills. I need to do that. That's a big mess, and you'll see that when I do it. You'll see how unorganized. You want to see triggering and unorganized? Yeah. Wait till I show you that, because that's a big mess. I have seen some ideas on how to organize them, but I'm going to do my organization a little bit differently. I don't know where that came from, but differently than I've seen anybody else do them. Mine's kind of a self-made organization system. So there's that. But we'll see how that goes. I'm just having some issues with some of my supplies for that, but I'm not ready to do it right now anyway. So it's just something on my mind. But let's see. I know I have more ends. Yep. But this has just been really, it's been really fun to try my hand at enhancing this one on my own. It's fun. It's really fun. I think you can go overboard enhancing. Some people don't think you can. You know, it's all a matter of personal taste, but I think you can go overboard. You don't want to take away from the image, right? Because the artwork is really what you want to see. But I think that it can be really fun to, you know, like this one, for example, the face is the center part of the artwork, and I really wanted to enhance it because, with the exception of Sunflower Rebellion, all the rest of my Brian Rollisons, not the panels, any of the panels that I have do not have special drills, but other than what comes with it. But all of the rest of my Brian Rollisons have drill substitutions. Well, Red Lotus doesn't, actually, now that I'm thinking about it anyway. But most of them do. Most of them I have gotten the drill substitutions for. And so I kind of want to keep them all in sync, so to speak. And then when I do the panels, I will probably not enhance those with anything more than what comes from Distracted by Diamonds. Okay, so this is the one we're using for the letter D, and this is Crystal 989. Another one from DP with Sparklers. So yeah, that's been my life lately, just coasting through, working like crazy on my WIPs and just trying to get accustomed to things now. I don't know, do I just not handle change well? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've just been having a really weird experience, like adapting to my new surroundings at work. Even though it's nice, you know, like I said, I kind of miss having my coworker Kennedy there, and I don't get to see her as much anymore, and so that's kind of an adjustment, but it is what it is. I think that is all my update. I really don't have much more to tell you that's going on other than just, you know, working away at my WIPs. I think you're going to be really excited to see some of the progress I've made with some of my other WIPs. I'll be doing, so I told you what I'm doing in April, and then May I'm going to work on my mermaids. So my mermaids will be a lot of May. I don't know if I'll finish all of them. I have 3 mermaids, 4 if you count Gorgona. She is technically a mermaid, so I'll probably work on her at least a little bit in the month of May, but I know I won't be getting her finished because she is so large. But I'm really looking forward to doing some of my mermaids, working on them a little bit in May. So that will be what my May will look like. And then I was just kind of glancing over my WIPs today at work because they're all hanging there. And I thought, you know, what will I want to work on in, I've got April figured out, kind of. We'll just see. Some of this will all depend on what activities I pull off the Crown of Jewels. But in April, I have what I'm going to work on. In May, I have kind of an idea of what I want to work on. So what do I want to do for June and July? July, I am going to be doing a really cool activity, kind of a paint along, and I'm going to announce that at my project kickoff video for April so that everybody has time to be prepared for it, because I am really excited about this paint along. So we'll talk about that when I do my project kickoff video, but it's really cool. It'll be for July. So then I have June, and June is Pride Month. It is also kind of the month I wanted to do like my hula girls and some of those, because I have 2 hula girls. So I might focus on that in June. I also have my Tangled canvas, Rapunzel and Maximus, that I could work on in June. I don't know. So I just start thinking about where I want to go, but I've got to keep it, you know, kind of open too, so that I can change things up if I need to. But I kind of have an idea of what I want July to look like. And then, gosh, I think I'm going to be in my WIP detox till at least October. I mean, we'll just see, but I've got some really big canvases. Like I've got the other Brian Rollison that is a year-long project, Under the Influence, and that's another one that's going to be time consuming because I'm going to enhance the heck out of that one too. So that'll be fun. And then let's see, I have no idea for August. I'll probably do some of my smaller canvases in August. I still have quite a few, so I've got a lot to choose from. But some of the ones that I'm getting close, like almost halfway, I can start busting through those if I want to. If they fit into what I want my month to look like, then I'll start doing them. But if they don't, then they can just wait. You know, it's not like anybody's telling me what I have to do, right? It's just fun to think about. But yeah, based on what I was thinking earlier today, I'm like, I'll be in my WIP detox till at least October. Yep. But that's okay. It's okay. It's going to be nice to have all of my WIPs all caught up. And then I'm going to try having 2 WIPs at a time, one at work and one at home. And we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to give it a try. I might not be able to stand it. I might have to bump it up. But I don't think I'll let myself get past like 7. We'll see. Okay, this is the one I'm going to use for R. This is another AB that I have from a leftover canvas. I'm not sure. I think this was a DAC canvas, but I could be wrong. But I'm using this for the symbol R. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what I'm going to get done for the rest of March. Like I said, I'm not going to get another finish, but I'm getting kind of far in a couple of canvases, this one included. So one more other than this. I'm not going to tell you which one because I want you to see it in the month in review. It's always fun to show you my progress on those. But I have worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canvases if you include Awakening. So other than my finishes, I've worked on 5. Have I gotten very far on all of them, all 5? No. but I've been working on them. So you'll see the progress. It's always exciting to show you the progress I've made in my month in review. But yeah, the Queen of Diamonds WIP Detox group on Facebook really helps me stay motivated. It is really a cool group of people that just support the heck out of each other. I love our WIP Detox group. You're also supportive, and it's just been such an amazing experience getting to know you in the community through this Crown of Jewels activity every month, because the whole point of me doing the Crown of Jewels was to interact with you and get to know you, and it's really been great. I've really enjoyed that. So is that all of the R's? Probably not, but I'm just doing a quick scan. I don't see any more R's, but like I said, I probably missed some of them. Okay. The next symbol is the letter K, and this is another AB from Diamond Art Club. This is AB 140. And do we have any Ks? We have a few. Let's see, what else is going on? I think that's really, I really don't have any other updates for you. Easter is right around the corner. I cannot believe we're already talking about Easter. So do you guys ever think that your kids outgrow Easter baskets? I am going to say no, because I still get an Easter basket from my mom. It's gotten smaller through the years, obviously, but I love the Easter baskets. I'm going to do one for my kids this year. In fact, I was out shopping with Sydney a few nights ago, and she was telling me what she wanted in her basket, giving me some ideas anyway. And we came across the cutest basket at Walgreens. They have all of these cute baskets. They are adorable, but I don't need to be buying baskets for my kids. But I will have a grandbaby. This is my last year for Easter without a grandbaby, and then I'm going to be doing a Easter basket for my grandson every year. Oh yeah, you can count on that. Mimi will have an Easter basket for him. Mimi will have all of the, everything for Christmas. I'm just going to spoil the crap out of this baby. His mom's going to be like, okay, Mom, enough. But that's what Mimis are for. We are here to spoil our grandchildren. At least this Mimi is. I can't speak for all the rest, but these are the, I forgot to tell you, these are the triangle symbol. This is AB 3756, and I'm only using this on the face. The rest of the triangle symbol throughout all of the skin on the face and everything is all going to be, in fact, this is supposed to be the regular triangle. So I've got to take these out because I'm only using this AB on the eyelids and the cheeks. All the rest of the face is the regular 3756. So I got to pull those off because that is part of the regular face. And so is this right here. So the only part that I'm using that triangle for is on the eyelid. And I think we've hit all the ones on the eyelid. So now I'm going to put this away and pull out the regular 3756 and plug those in so that, because I don't want all of her face to be this AB. Okay, let's pull out the regular triangle and fill all that in. Easter's just so much fun. I love Easter's, probably one of my favorites because I just missed two of those triangles. Because I love the time of year. I love the spring. Everything's new and fresh and beautiful. We've talked about this before. I love all the springtime flowers, and I just get the happy feels at spring. And Easter is just one of those holidays that falls right into spring. Now, 4th of July is my all-time favorite holiday because it is so chill and so relaxed and hot. I love the heat. I know, I'm crazy, but I do. I would much rather be in the hot heat than in the freezing cold. Plus, you have 4th of July barbecues and all that fun stuff for the 4th of July. This year, we're going to be spending the 4th of July with the new baby. Probably, I don't know if Kennedy's going to want to take him to the parade. I think if it's well shaded and we can keep him cool, she'll want to go. But the parades can be rather loud. It just depends. That's totally up to her on whether or not she wants to do that. But the girls and I will be going to the parade because we go every year. Whether or not Kennedy and Joel and the baby will be there is up to them. But the parade's always a good time. And then we always do some kind of water activity. And this year we're going to be doing the pool here at the apartments. I'm sure a lot of people will be doing the pool at the apartments. It'll probably be very crowded, but we thought it would be really fun to have like a cookout if there's an available grill. And because our apartment complex has like a community area where you can reserve a barbecue grill. And we thought it would be fun to do that and do like hamburgers and hot dogs and maybe some chicken. And I would love to have my mom. I don't think my dad and my aunt would want to come over. It's not wheelchair accessible, but it would be really fun to have my mom come over and hang out with us for a minute. Just make an appearance maybe for a little bit. I don't know if she's going to feel up to it, but maybe. And we'll just, you know, have a good time, just relax and chill. But anyway, back to Easter. I just really love, I just love Easter. I love the time of year and everything. So it'll be fun to do that. Let me make sure, because this is the second time I've had this symbol in my tray. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of it. I probably am. I mean, there are times that I have to put this color back in my tray 3, sometimes 4 times before I get all of the symbols. I swear these guys just multiply on the canvas sometimes. Let's see. G is a regular symbol, so we'll fill in G. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you do as a tradition for spring or Easter. I love it. I just love it. We have had wasps already so bad. And now I talked about this last year. I remember specifically because I remember having the wasp debate in a WIP and chat last year. Well, this is spring. We're just in the early onset of spring. And I swear it's like they have multiplied all through the winter and now they're coming out of hibernation because we're being hit with wasps big time. In my mom's living room, we had 3 wasps in one day. Just in her living room. My mom's not afraid of wasps. She'll just grab them in a cloth and take them outside. She just shoos them right outside. But there was a couple of the wasps that seemed ill or injured maybe. I'm not sure, but they weren't moving around very well. I don't know where they're coming from. Like, I don't know if she has a wasp's nest right outside the door. I'm not sure, but she's got her pest control people coming to set up some different traps for the mice. If we are continuing to get mice when they come, I think they're scheduled to come next week sometime. But I told her they need to take a look at the wasp issue because we're just in spring. I mean, we don't want to be fighting the wasp issue all spring and summer. That would drive us crazy. So I'm not sure where they're coming from, but I do know that I think wasps eat spiders. So that's a good thing about wasps, I think. I think that's what somebody told me, is that they eat the spiders, so have at it. But just don't sting me. I don't like wasps. I'm terrified of wasps. I've been stung by wasps before. And I told this story in one of my previous WIP and chats, but I had a wasp fly down my shirt. And they don't sting once and then die. They sting and keep stinging. And that bad boy stung me about 7 or 8 times. And I was driving. It was not fun. Not fun. But anyway, I try to stay away from them. I do not like them. So Fallon and I were out on a walk. We've been taking 3 walks a day. And it's been good for both of us because I want to keep up the momentum from all of the physical activity I did taking care of Winnie. So I'm trying to not lose that physical activity ability. So we go on a walk in the morning before we go to work. Then we go on a midday walk before it gets real hot. Now, obviously in the summer, it's already going to be hot at this time. We go about 11, 12 o'clock, depending on what time my aunt eats her breakfast, because that's usually when we'll go, is while she's eating. And then when we get home from work, I take him for a walk. So 2 of those walks are 20 minutes. The other one is 10 minutes. And I think if we keep doing that and increase it every week, that's going to be really good for both me and Fallon. So that's the plan, is to just, I'm going to continue through this week doing what we've been doing. And then I'm going to increase our walk time by 5 minutes each walk. So we'll be walking 2 25-minute walks and 1 15-minute walk. Now, the one midday walk is while I'm at work, so I obviously can't increase that to too long of a walk because I can't be away that long. But my aunt generally takes about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to eat. She is a very slow eater. So since my mom and dad are right there with her while she's eating, my mom is fine with me taking Fallon out for a walk at that point of the day. So that's kind of what we've been doing. And I really like keeping up the momentum of that because it's really, I feel that it's really good for me. I've been having a little less back pain, definitely less ankle pain, and that's been good. So I'm going to keep doing that as long as as long as we can. I don't want Fallon to overextend himself, so I kind of have to see how that little guy's doing as we go. Okay, that's all of those, I think. Nope, I found one more, and I just dropped the lid. Okay. All right, well, I think I'm going to end here. You kind of have the idea of what I'm trying to do, I think. I'm just going to go in and fill it in now with the regular drills, and we'll see how it turns out. Maybe I'll do a pan over at the end of the WIP and chat so you can see it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you're all doing really well. Please let me know in the comments what you worked on while you were listening. I love hearing from you, and I love getting to hear what you're working on. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye, you guys. This is night 2 with no AC. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I think it's 77 degrees in the apartment currently. I can't sleep, so I turned my light on and I've been on my phone for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna try now to go back to sleep, but it is so hot, I feel like I'm melting. I have my ceiling fan going, my window is open, and Fallon's just panting away. It's just too hot. So I just got to work and we're gonna look and see if there is a mouse in the trap. And there is. This is mouse number 10 that we have caught with these traps. They are really effective. Holy cow. Mouse number 10.